Hey guys, this is Wakenya, aka Kenyan Hippie. I am a mom, a businesswoman, a tattooed model, a musician, an artist basically. And tattoos are a very big part of my life right now, forever, clearly, because they're permanent. But basically, they're more than just artwork. It's art, it's self-expression to me. I've always loved art, so this is just a part of me. It's also a culture, it's a lifestyle, it's all that jazz all in one. And for those who don't really have them or don't get them, I hope that making these videos will help you at least try to understand, the tattoo culture and lifestyle. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it or support it. It just means you need to understand that it's different from what you know and that it's okay. Because there's so many misconceptions out there about tattooing and all that jazz, and it's a whole thing. We're gonna get into it little by little, but right now I did a tattoo discussion post on my Instagram stories a few days ago, and I asked you guys, do you feel like copying tattoos is wrong? Why or why not? So hey, first of all, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video. Woo! Applause. I'm not fancy enough yet, so I don't know how to insert these things. I'm gonna get there. I will get there one day, okay? And they're fancy intros and outros and background things and thingamajigs. Right now we're keeping it simple. So what is tattoo copying? Let's start with that. So the definition according to inkedmag.com is let's see how they define tattoo copying. Tattoo copying occurs when a tattoo artist rips off another artist's design and copies the tattoo line for line. That's the keyword, line for line. Unfortunately, tattoo copying happens every single day, and many people still don't understand why it's wrong. So that's the first thing. When you don't know, you don't know, right? And I'm sorry for the background noise. When you don't know, and you can't be blamed for not knowing. As they say, ignorance is bliss. Now, I'm gonna look at your responses first and highlight a few of them, and then we'll go from there. So, Fee Moyo said, nope, it's good to find inspiration. I like that response. Some people just send me hearts. Thank you guys. Some guys said it's allowed. Ajawaswe says, first of all, she had two opinions on this. One was, sometimes it's okay to get inspired, but at the same time, you can want the same thing as someone else, and that I want to get to that very, very soon, okay? Someone else said, Kenyan Hippie, your content is great. Oh, thank you. This is from author Letitia Taylor. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these. I'm gonna have to zoom in a little bit so I can see them. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting old. Eyesight is failing me. Heisenberg says tattoos are better off drawn when meaningful, else it's just a decoration. Mine symbolizes my life. Okay, so that's something else. So yes, there is the copying and the inspiration part, but then there's also a meaning behind the tattoos part, and that could be a different series I'm gonna make, because like I said, tattoos are a whole world, and people don't know how much there is about tattoos. It's so much, and I'm willing to bring that to the table, because like I said, I haven't seen. There are tattooed YouTubers, people of color, women of color who are tattooed YouTubers, but they don't really talk about tattooing. They don't talk about the culture. They don't talk about the science and the art and the lifestyle. It's more like they just, they have other things they talk about, but they are tattooed. So like I said, I'm gonna bring that to the table where I'm talking about tattoos and getting in depth and backing up with research and all this jazz. So, James, I'd like to meet you when you come back home for some talk. Okay, so he and I gotta talk in camera. I love tattoos. You're my tattoo model. So on the side following you. Oh, thank you, James. Thank you for the follow. Jaramba Official says, I think copying some tattoos is wrong because some of them have a meaning to the person getting them. Yes, that is very true. That is very, very true. So most of you actually responded in a very, like, I expected you to say what you said, and I'm glad you did, because in general, in a nutshell, tattoo copying is wrong. Now, why is it wrong? There are two ways to copy a tattoo. You could, so like, okay, let's just backtrack. Tattoo copying is literally taking someone's tattoo and getting the exact same thing, right? Not changing a single thing, not trying to make it your own. You just say, I want that and I want that exactly the way it is. That's tattoo copying. Tattoo inspiration is seeing a flower or something. Let's say this heart. Let's say someone says this heart, and like, okay, I want that, but can we change it a little bit? Maybe change the flower placement, maybe change the design of the flower, maybe, you know, make the banner go another way. That's not copying, that's inspiration. Now, another aspect of copying is not really copying, it's what we call a flash sheet. Okay? Flash sheet. A flash sheet is a sheet of art a tattoo artist draws, and it's basically mostly for American traditional tattoos, which again, we're going to talk about all that stuff. It's tattoo styles. American traditional tattoos are known for having bold lines, bold outlines, and very rich color. I don't know if I have a traditional. Mine are mostly neo-traditional, but hold on, let me see. No, you think I would have one? I'll find an example. But, however, hold on. So, this is an example of a flash sheet. A flash sheet is basically, this is by Tyler McMahon. He's my artist in Winter Haven. It's basically a standard sheet of art that is tattooed on anyone. So basically, if I have these, if someone else got these, I would not be copying, because it's a flash sheet. A flash sheet is up for dibs. It's for grabs, whoever wants to get it. If someone else wants to get the little spider and it's exactly the one I want, they'll get it. And for most of the time, flash sheets are used for special days of the year. So for those who are not familiar with you know, the dark side, Friday the 13th, most tattoo shops will have a deal going, you know, where they have, there's no appointment, you just show up and they do your tattoo and so on, stuff like that. So that's an example. The flash sheet would be used for that. I drew this up, but then it can be put on different people. The same piece of art, but that's only for flash sheets. Now, custom made tattoos, you should not be copying a custom made tattoo. For example, these are all custom made. My artist made these. I mean, there was a stencil and I grabbed it, but this is my tattoo, basically. So if you went to an artist and said, I want exactly that rose, the way it looks, with the leaves right there and that thing and that would be copying. Now, if you went and, if you decided, okay, this is an inspiration or something like that, but not exactly that, that would be inspiration. That would be an inspiration for a tattoo. I hope I'm making sense. I'm not even looking at my notes. I had notes, but then I decided to kind of wing this, because I was like, hey, why not? Let's wing this. No, you can have the same thing. Someone here said you might want the same design. You can both love flowers. You can both love a pen, right? Can you imagine? You can have a pen tattoo drawn, right? But they couldn't be more different. You can have a pen drawn with a flower on one side. You can have a pen drawn in a different style of tattoo. You could have it done in realism. You could have it done in neo-traditional style. You could have it done in traditional. You could have it done as a pop culture reference. There's so many ways to do a tattoo that doesn't involve you copying and pasting exactly what's on someone's skin. Number two, the reason that's wrong. This artist, if they drew a tattoo and spent hours drawing it, someone requested it specifically from that artist, and then you go and pick it up, then now that's, you know, that's like plagiarism, because this artist didn't draw that for you, they drew it for their client. The client who they suggested something, a reference, they give it to the artist said, okay, I'm gonna draw this for you. That's their property. It's them and their artist, you know. And for some artists also do this. Some artists are also guilty of doing this. They will create a tattoo from scratch for someone, and then they'll put the exactly same design on someone else, denounced to the other person, and that's also wrong, because again, it's custom made for one person. It should be for that person. I'm hoping you guys are getting some sense out of this, but basically, all in all, in a nutshell, tattoo copying is wrong. Try and you can be inspired by a design without copying and pasting it. Now, references that can be different. You can have, let's give you another example. This flash sheet, right? Like I said, a flash sheet, these are designs that can be repeated on very many people. It depends on who wants what. These are that's what flash sheets are for. They are a standard piece of art. Someone wants this spider. Say this was not custom. Let's just assume this was a custom spider, and someone wanted this exact same design. That would be copying. A reference would be, I want that spider, but can we change it up a little bit? So the artist will, you know, they're artists, they're creative people, if they're real artists, and they'll decide, okay, maybe we can instead of a keyhole, we can put something else like a heart, or you know what I'm saying, or they could add some little fluffy things, which is aka manyoya. For those Swahili speaking people, some of these words I don't know how to translate them into English, but they could make it, you could make it this different, you know. It's all, this is a Halloween flash sheet, but this is why everything looks spooky. I call it spoopy because Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year, guys. I love Halloween. So yeah, so I got this, one of my friends got this. This is obviously you know, jack-o'-lantern on fire. You have the skull guy on fire there, a witch's hat. That's a little cute ghost going on. Obviously that's a gravestone. I wouldn't go to get that one, but you see, that's what it is. It's a flashy. This is trick or treat. Mine came out a bit darker because, again, dark skin or tattoos show up a bit differently than they would, and also I'm a bit hairy right now, so excuse that, but that's about it. I'll take a better picture of this because it's hard to see on the this light. But basically that's about it. I don't know how long I've been talking. Up almost 12 minutes. Ha! Sorry for the blabbering. So what we're gonna be doing is I want to start a series of videos for you guys, centering around a lot of things. One of them is gonna be obviously tattooing, tattoos, tattoo styles, tattoo culture, tattoos do's and don'ts, how to take care of your tattoo. Any questions you guys have, as long as it's tattoo related, please feel free to ask. Like I said, there's a need for representation of good tattoos on dark skin. We don't have a lot of that. Then there aren't enough artists out there who even know how to work with dark skin, and it's sad. It really is sad, because to be a tattoo artist, you should be able to work with all kinds of skin tones: pale, dark, mid black, dark. You know, it should be able to have, it should be a skill that goes across all skin types. I'm just saying, I'm a very lucky girl. I found an amazing artist who sometimes it's a kind of a trial and error thing, because again, you don't know sometimes. And our skin, even our skin, just my skin, I have two kinds of skin tones. On the inside I'm lighter than on the outside, you know, so that impacts how a tattoo is gonna come out. But the only way to know is to actually get it done, and then you go like, oh, maybe you should stay away from those dark colors on the outside of the skin. It's darker, you know. It's a skill, and I believe tattoo artists should have it. And I'm using this as a platform to educate people about tattoos, not just, you know, the styles and all that, but also to appreciate the culture, that it is a culture. It doesn't mean that we're bad people. It doesn't mean that we're evil or that we're Satanists or that, you know, we are bad people. It just means it's a way to express ourselves, you know. I'm an artist. I love to draw, I paint, I sing, and I dance. This is just an extension of that art for me. It's also just my way of being unique. I've always been very unique. I've always been that girl who stood out and was just weird. So hello, you know. Hopefully you guys can appreciate this, and I hope you love these kinds of videos. Let me know what else you want me to cover. I'll be putting out these question and answer things every now and then on my stories. Respond. If you want to stay anonymous, let me know, and I won't mention your username when I make the video. But I hope I answered that question of tattoo copying. Is it wrong? Yes, definitely. If you want me to delve deeper into this, I will be very happy to. If you want me to talk about something else, I'll be happy to do that too. I will put up again the questions every now and then you guys can let me know your thoughts. And also let me know your thoughts on this. Please leave everything in the comment section. Please remember to be kind in the comment section. Don't insult people just because they don't believe the same thing you do. If you're anti-tattoos, that's fine, but remember that if you have nothing nice to say, sometimes don't say anything at all. You know, if you have to say something and you can disrespect, you can be respectfully disagreeing. You know, you can say, oh no, that's not for me, but you don't have to insult anyone for what they do or what they believe in. We're all adults here. I'm hoping that you guys can keep it nice and kind. And again, thank you so much. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first of very many videos. Let's hope this goes well. Wakenya out, Kenyan hippie. Bye guys.